well, let's try and understand the repercussions of US as well as China retaliating to tariffs to each other just overnight. Andy Shi, leading independent economist from China, joins us on the phone line right now. Andy, hi, morning. Is this the big tipping point? Just about everyone's fears coming true. The fact that Trump has talked about heightening, slapping tariffs on Chinese exports, and the fact that China also has retaliated.
Yes, I think that the market is worried about more escalation to come. So far, the amount of trade we are talking about is still relatively small. The U.S. is doing something to $60 billion. China is retaliating on $3 billion. So the numbers are still relatively small. But the significance is that there could be escalation. And a further escalation. So I think that the market is worried. The Trump will not. The Trump wants the trade deficit to go down now. That is just not possible. It has to be a very long-term process. So I think that he's impatient. He's angry. So that's why the market is worried. I believe that the risk premium will go higher and higher.
Andy, how do you think China is going to react? And I ask you that question because you're in the heat of all the activity in Shanghai right now. Aside of China also slapping a tariff hike on U.S. imports, do you think we could be staring at a scenario when perhaps China could be selling U.S. Treasury as well? And if that be the case, you know, one of our experts earlier was mentioning who's going to buy U.S. paper.
Well, I think that China does have a strategy in response, basically targeting a small amount, but mainly the goods from the swing states that are vital to Trump's political base future re-election, like Wisconsin, like Ohio, like Pennsylvania. So China is trying to do as little damage as possible to trade, but to have a maximum political impact. So that is what I see what China is doing. But the Trump is just angry. He's very angry. So he's lashing out across the board. So let's see what he does next. I do believe that there will be a political price to pay here because China is restricting, for example, ginseng. Ginseng is produced. White ginseng is produced in Wisconsin. Very key swing state for Trump, and mostly from Wisconsin. Very important for the state's economy. It's a rural agriculture dairy state, and I think that a small amount will put a lot of pressure on Trump. This is one strategy. The other strategy is to let the stock market fall. So Trump is a stock market guy. He's a real estate guy, and all the people who are at the top in the United States are really into stock market. A real trade war will cause the global markets to drop by 50%. That's I think the least because the market is overvalued by that much. You look at the valuation in the U.S. It's 25 times earnings. It's twice as high as the historical average. So dropping by 50% is quite possible. So when that happens, I think that Trump may back down because he doesn't care about the stock market. So this is where when the stock market is falling, it's not bad for China because Chinese economy doesn't depend on the stock market.